Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. Guess what I have ready? This one is the new one. This one I've already did. This is the sibling. Remember the turtle from video number 520? He was up on his back and his cute little belly was showing. I don't have the thing anymore because somebody purchased it off of eBay, but I'm going to do a set now. So this will be brother and sister, and they both have a little tiny flower on their backs. Well, this one has a flower on his belly and this one has a flower on his back. And you'll be able to see the pattern of their shell today. The last one I did a lot in glitter, like a really chunky glitter. I'm not going to do that today. Today their body is going to be grass green. This is by Resin. And I'm going to paint their little flowers with some intense chameleon powders. And then I'll fill it with the grass green. So that's what I'm going to do today. So you will get to see. So these don't come together. These are two separate molds. If you want one, you can buy one, or you could buy them both, but you'd have to buy them separately because they're not going to come as a set because they are different and I have to mold them separately. So yeah, that's the way this one's going to have to work. So I have my little tiny brushes out that I'm going to be using, and I don't have the links to these yet. A lot of you are asking, but I think if you search for eyeliner brush, these types of brushes will come up. So search for like 100 eyeliner brushes and you'll probably find it. I haven't had a chance to just sit down and find it. Like I said, these were gifted to me and I don't have the links to them, but I'm trying to get you the information because I know a lot of you want them. I'm going to use this one. This one is the foam one to get down into these little tiny dots of the center of the flower. I just have to think of what color I want my flowers. So I think I'm going to do, I have them upside down so I could see my colors. So make sure you tap on them to get all that powder down before you open it up. I think I'm going to do my centers this golden color. And there's only a couple little dots to get in there. And I'm going to do the matching, I think I'll do matching flowers since they are a pair. And these two will go together. If they're still available, they will be linked below. A lot of times they are sold prior to the video coming out. And this one has 3. So I'm just going to try to be very careful. I'm using these kind of brushes because there's not really a whole lot of cleanup because you're not flicking powder everywhere. If you don't have these kind, then I would say your best bet is to dip your brush, your paintbrush, into alcohol and then dip it into your mica powder. And you can paint it on like a paint. See how that didn't like go anywhere? So that's good. This one has a couple leaves. This one does not. So this one's gonna get an extra color on it. And I forgot how much this held, but I'm guessing, I'm just gonna mix up 8 ounces and we'll see where we're at from that point of view. This one I think is the black cherry. Yep, this is the black cherry. I'm going to do the flowers in this color. I'm wondering if I could use the same brush. Let me see if I could wipe that little portion off of gold. I don't like to just use things one time. It might actually work. Just trying to wipe the tip off. See if I could use it for another color. I don't see why not. So on this one there's 2 leaves and I just want to make sure I'm not getting it in the leaf. Oh, now it's got alcohol on it. So I'm gonna have to get another brush, but maybe if you let it dry, you'd be able to use it again. So I'm just gonna grab 2 more. And she sent me tons of these. It's not like I have to conserve them, but I like to conserve everything that I can. So I'll probably let that one dry and use it another day. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and get all of these done. This is gonna take a while because I don't like to rush because I'm on camera. And I don't like you sitting there for like 20 minutes watching me. So I'll go ahead and fast forward this for a little bit and just enjoy the music or fast forward till I get it done. So I mixed up 8 ounces by accident, you guys. I meant to do like 6. I don't know what I was thinking. So I pulled out a bunch of other molds that I could use to pour it in. So yeah, that's why all these molds are out. I was like, what did I do? I meant to pour 3 of each and I poured 4 of each. So that's where I'm at with that. So let's just do this green one. Oh, I didn't even try this one yet. So we get to see what this one's gonna look like. I thought I've tried this one. This one is called Grass Green again. So let me just grab a little, put this up here for you guys. I didn't want everything I poured to be green, so that's why I split like 2 ounces out so I could do whatever color I want, depending on what I need or have left. This is my Fast Cure 4-hour. Everything I use is linked below if I have the links. If I don't, if you don't see it, just ask me and I'll let you know whether I had it or not. If I forgot, I will put it back up there for you guys and send it to you as well. I'm just gonna mix this up really good. And I'm going to actually, I'm gonna put this through my vacuum chamber. I have learned on the frog that I did last, actually it was a green color too, but obviously it wasn't this green because I never opened this green. That's why the green looks familiar. When I put the mica powdered resin in my vacuum chamber, I didn't have any bubbles on that frog. And I usually get micro bubbles on my mica powder stuff. So I just remembered that. Let me go ahead and throw this through the chamber real quick. And then I will pour it. So if you were watching that time lapse, and it happened because I was too lazy to split this. This was 6 ounces, so there's not much room left in my cup. I had to babysit it, keep taking the pressure down, keep taking it down until it finally didn't boil over. Otherwise, if you walk away and you have too much in your cup, it shouldn't be any more than half. It will boil over everything and it'll make a huge mess. So just wanted to let you know that's what I was doing on that one. And there's still a few bubbles because I didn't want to wait any longer, but I shouldn't have been lazy. I should have just split it into 2 cups and been done with it, but I didn't. And this is the 4-hour, so I don't have a ton of time to work with it. So I just pulled it out, and whatever I have left, I have left. I'm going to, actually, this one's taking way more than I thought, so I wonder if I actually needed 8 ounces. I'm just squishing it down in his tail, his head, his feet. The feet, not so much, but the head and the tail for sure. So we don't end up with a big bubble. So this was 6 ounces mixed. Let me see how much I actually used because I might need to mix the rest of the green. Yeah, that's plenty in here. And that took about 4.5 ounces. There's 1.5 ounces left in here. So let's use this 1.5 ounces. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and, well, I guess I'm glad I used mixed up 8 ounces. Who'd have thunk it? So maybe I will pour it back into this cup, mix up my green, and put it back through the vacuum chamber. Now, I don't know how it's going to work because this one's been sitting out the whole time. Of course, it's not quite too deep to start curing, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen because I've waited so long. So I don't know if I'm going to make a mess in my chamber or not. So let me get this powder back out, and hopefully I can get about the same color that I had in the first one. I won't put you on a time lapse for the next one, but I just wanted to kind of explain what happened. This one's only at probably, what, 3 ounces, 2.5 ounces, so it won't boil over or anything. It might take a little longer because, like I said, it's been sitting here getting thicker and thicker on me. But I would like to remove as many bubbles as I possibly can just so I don't end up with micro bubbles. So on this one that's at like 2.5 ounces, it boiled all the way to the 7-ounce line before it kind of imploded on itself. So yeah, that's why that one needed to be knocked back down a few times. It was way too full. So I'm actually thinking it's going to use all of this, almost all of this. I have maybe 1 ounce left. So I'm glad I mixed up 8 ounces. Because if I would have done 6, I'd be mixing resin right now. All right, so I'm just gonna pour a couple of these little things. This one is my little flower mold that somebody sent to me. So I'll pour one of each of these flowers and see what I have left. These make like good little magnets. You can even make keychains out of them if you wanted to. You'd have to drill a hole in it, which is no big deal. Well, I'm not gonna get one of each, but I might get 3 of them. And then I'm just gonna let this sit for about an hour. Probably turn my heat mat on after an hour so we can demold tonight. So I will finish this and see you at demold. Everything is cured and done, you guys. I took the extras out, so I will show you those first like normal. So here's the little flowers. So I didn't do anything to the backs of these. These are actually gonna be going to a viewer who requested them in any color that I had. So those are gonna go to her. Now I do have this new mold available. It's little shark teeth. These are small enough to do pendants, and these were from 4 shark's teeth that Debbie's husband found on the beach. And they were all intact and in great shape. So I made all 4, and the actual tooth part is shiny. The root part is not like my large molds. And what I did with these, I poured some extras. And since they were green, I needed to like bling them up a little bit. So I put some rhinestones on there. And then I just used E6000 to use this flat back clasp to put on the backs of these. And this one has like a longer one. So the E6000 will adhere to these for probably ever until you pry them off. So those were the extras today. If you want the mold, it should be available probably in the description box. It should be available by the time you see this. Okay, let's do these. Let's do the one that I've already done once and keep the suspense for the other one. Now this one, remember I told you last time I used the wrong silicone, so this one's a little bit harder. This is the proper one. This was just poured because I had extra silicone, so I'm keeping the wrong silicone one for me. You will get a very soft silicone so you can unmold it a lot easier. So I honestly can't do this without help with my body, so you're not gonna see me doing it because I gotta reach in and grab him and pull it out. It's such a big difference if you use the wrong silicone as opposed to the right silicone when you're making molds. So keep that in mind if you make molds. Pay attention to which one you're pouring, especially 3D molds. You've got to have a soft silicone because it's very difficult to unmold something that's not soft enough to do that. And here he is, or she. Oh, I got one little bubble over there. So that came out super cute. There is a design on the shell, and I do see some little micro bubbles because I didn't degas it properly, but they're really not too bad. A little bit on the back, that's where they can't escape from. So I'm gonna trim him up. I may do something with the design, I'm not sure. I do wanna put some eyes on him. So isn't that adorable little guy on his back, guy or gal? All right, let's get this one out. Now this is the right silicone. As you can see, it bends properly for a 3D mold. Oh, look, the tail worked. Okay, good. And he pops right out with no problem. And here is the other one. So this is the pair that go together. And you can see his design on his shell, so I'm sure I will be turning you off for a bit and coming back with something done to the shell, and his little face needs to be put on. I'm gonna trim him up, so stick around. Yep, there's some bubbles that collect on the bottom parts because I didn't put it in the thing properly. So next time I will try to do that better. All right, give me a second and I'll be right back. All right, they're all finished. Let me show you what I did. So this one is not as exciting. So this one is the male and he doesn't want to be as blingy as the female. So I drew him some eyes and a mouth and nose. Of course he's happy. And then I took this gold paint marker and I outlined very subtly his shell, so it stands out a little bit. And then I took my black paint, oil-based, and I outlined the flower just to make it pop a little bit more than it was. And that's all I did with him because I didn't want to go crazy on him. But she had to get decked out for him. So she put on her best shell and put on a matching coordinating fingernails to her shell. And I put blue rhinestones around that and gave her some eyelashes and some eyes and a smile, of course. And then I put the same gold pen around her shell. So that's them, you guys. What do you think of the duo? Super cute, aren't they? I'll get you some better pictures. These are the only things that I used. These are 2 oil-based pens, a Sharpie marker, and then this is acrylic marker. That's all that I used to do all that, other than the rhinestones, of course. Don't ask me where I got the rhinestones. I have no idea. Some were given to me, some I purchased wherever I find them. So that is them. I hope you enjoyed it today. I hope you like them. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another fun video. Talk to you later. Have a blessed day. Bye.